Adoption is a very challenging way to create a family. Exciting, an adventure, but it's very challenging. It's the hardest thing that I think people do in family life, is to take a human into their lives from some far-off place, knowing very little bit about the past, to incorporate that being into your life, to provide unconditional love and acceptance, to not ask too many questions, in essence, to let go of a lot of baggage that you may have personally, to really take the stranger, I call the stranger, into your lives, so that the stranger becomes your family.
Very disorienting to shift, and how do you shift your focus from the very strong wish to have a child biologically to becoming a parent through adoption? Infertility, most people would say, is a roller coaster, and it's really difficult. If you do decide, though, to adopt, you will be living an entirely different metaphor. Rather than riding a roller coaster, you will actually be crossing a bridge, and you can get a lot of guidance and a lot of support all across that bridge, and you will make it across, and you will become a parent through adoption.
I will tell you, in all my years of doing this, I think really, if you peel back all the layers of when is enough, it really is that it's not a single moment in time, is it? That's in the movies. In real life, it's not usually that way. It's not that you do a cycle, find out that you're not pregnant, and say, that's it, that's enough, it is enough. No, for some people it is. It's really just that I can't take it anymore. But I think for most people, it's been working up to that. And it's that shift from saying I want to have a pregnancy myself or with my partner, to saying I want to be able to say, oh, I see my eyes, your ears, Uncle Harry's nose in this child, to saying I want to be a parent.
There's no doubt in my mind that he was meant to be ours, and that he found his way to us. And that I think the right child will find their way to you, however that is. If it's a boy or a girl, and whatever way, I really do. If that's where you want to be, the baby will find you, and I believe that.
People say, how's your baby doing? It's not how's your not how's your adopted. And a lot of people that even ask, I don't even know if they know that she's adopted or they don't. It's not part of the conversation anymore. She's our little girl.
We finally got a phone call one day from a prospective birth mother who chose us, and we have a lovely young daughter. We always thought we would actually have a baby sooner or later, but we weren't sure when. When it came fast, real fast. It's been the most happiest moment of my life. Bonding with my daughter from the moment I picked her up is like, this little baby needs me to survive. And you don't ever have to worry about that, about having an adopted baby and not bonding with it, because that baby is the most special thing in your whole life.
One of the things that happens when you adopt, you think somehow you're going to jinx it if you get ready. And that's one of the reasons I think a workshop like this is good, and a group like this is good, to get together and talk. It's very normal throughout the adoption process that in the beginning you worry about your paperwork. And then once your paperwork's in, then you start to worry about, can we afford it? And, as you kind of come to terms with whatever you're concerned about at that moment, then you just find something new to worry about. And that's parenting. I mean, it starts out, that's your early parenting work.
When I was first asked to do this, speak as an adult adoptee, I was like, well, what would anybody who's looking to get a baby want to talk to an adult adoptee about? And And I realized, I went and I thought about it for a while, that, you know, babies turn into kids and kids turn into teenagers. And there's a lot that I did go through as an adopted kid. And I didn't really talk to my adopted parents about it. That it was meant to be like my adopted parents are my mom and dad, hugely. I don't know any different. They are my mom and my dad. We don't get to pick who our parents are, whether they're adopted parents or biological parents. You know, we're here, and they were my mom and dad, and it was huge for me to let other people know that that's all I had. And every baby needs a mom and a dad, and my parents have been great.
The center views talking to children about adoption always as at least two journeys. Okay? It is the child's journey and it is the parent's journey. And how you feel about adoption, about your identity as a parent through adoption, about your child's story and all the difficult pieces you may have to share, is important for you to take some time to digest, because that will come through in the way you communicate. Our kids pick up our feelings, they pick up which things we focus on and which things we avoid, our body language, etc. So as you work on telling your child his or her story, you'll also be taking time over the years to process your feelings about the story. And these early years are a really good time to do it, because right now is practice.